Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with another Viseart palette. It is the Viseart Fleurette Coeur, Coeur. I, it drives me insane. But this is the palette we're going to be playing with. And it's one of the ones that's got the 4 shadows and then 2 blushes. I am wearing this blush right here today on my cheeks. It took a lot of building. I ain't so sure about this palette. Maybe if you're very, very, very pale, you'll get something. But this is the look we're going to do today. And as you can see, I didn't get much of anything. And there you go. But we're going to play. We're going to play. So I did, like I said, use that blush, but let's go ahead and get started. The first shade I'm going to go into is this one right here, this purpley shade. Now I do think the look could have came out a little different had I used maybe different shades a little bit, but not by much. The lid would be different basically, which sometimes that can be all you need in a look, you know. But that's about it. And for these shades, I mean, I had to build them up. I really did. And I'm not that dark. I mean, I consider myself pretty fair, to be honest. I'm not, or light. I wouldn't be fair, I don't think. But I would be light. Maybe even light to medium on a good day, but mostly light. And, I mean, you can barely see it. Okay, I barely see it in this stuff. But like I said, you can see it, but you're gonna be spending a lot of time building, and that could be the point of this palette. Just something very light, airy, springy type of thing. That could be. But I honestly I don't know on my skin tone what I think. And it's a shame because I really thought that it would work because I could use the one blush, which is a little darker. I could use it to be to darken the look up, but that was not the case, as you'll see here. And this palette just may not be one of those palettes, you know, a preference of having something darker, you know. It's also really not an all-in-one palette for me. I did have to bring in my highlighter for my inner corner, which is fine, no big deal there. But just letting you know. So that is about as good as we're going to get. And what are we getting? I don't know. I get I guess a little bit of like a contour shade, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I'm trying here. Padded one, maybe that might do something. I mean, you're seeing what I'm seeing, y'all. And like I said, there is a little bit of pigment. A little bit. There is. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, I have put on several layers now. And again, if you have a lighter skin tone, maybe, I don't know. I can maybe play with this with have my younger daughter take a try at it and see, because her skin tone is pretty fair, and she might get more pigment out of it than myself, but I'm not getting much. So now we're going to go into this shade right here, which is technically a blush, but I thought, well, maybe I can deepen it up some, right? I mean, there's a little bit of shimmer in it, but usually with those kinds of shades, they're great for shadow anyway. And yesterday I did use one of the blushes as a color, and it worked really nicely. So I thought surely this could give me a little bit of depth, is what I was thinking. Just a little bit. I knew it wasn't going to give me much, but I really did think it'd give me something. And as you can see, once again, it's not giving me much. I do think this would be a pretty blush, but you're going to have to build it up just like the other one. Now, I do like this blush. It's like a cantaloupe color, and it is very pretty. So don't get me wrong there when I say that, yes, it took me a second, and yes, I have blushes that are this color that take a lot less longer to create, but at the end of the day, it does create a very pretty blush. And I feel like this shade would too. But for an eyeshadow, this isn't going to give it to you. Not this time, like in the first palette I did. And I really thought this would be the palette that I liked because of the shimmers in it. The shimmer metallic shades. I really thought, okay, this is it. I'm going to go back into that first shade. For I don't know what reason. Because it's habit, I guess, because I sure ain't seeing much, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. But honestly, I was like this with this side too, so, you know. That's nice. Dropping everything again, as always. As always. Wouldn't be me if I didn't drop it. If I didn't mess up and if I didn't drop it, wouldn't be me. Plus, I've had a day. Now we're going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to put it on the lower lash line. Yeah, that's the only thing on my lower lash line. You see that? Yep. And yep, it took a lot of building there too. But hey, I got it. There is something there. You can see something on my lower lash line. Only because I did my mascara very lightly, so that it could pop through just a little bit so you could see the color somewhat. But this palette's just got me dumbfounded, really. Unless they made 3 palettes, like one for fair, one for light to medium, and one for darker skin, maybe. I don't know. I didn't take a look at that last palette real well, because I would say yesterday's palette, or the first palette, I'm done, it's staying. Yesterday's palette was pretty pigmented, I thought. I mean, I had no issues out of it, and I liked it, and I really thought that this one would be right up there, but the colors are very pretty. There's just no pigment really to them or depth on my skin tone. You know, I had to leave the fan on because it's just too hot. I hope it doesn't disturb too much of the video. But I tried to turn it off and I was dying. So I was like, I can't. I just can't. Alright. Now what we're going to do is go into this shade right here. Now this is where I think there could be a difference. This purple, it really does show pigment. This one does, which against this shade looks really pretty. This though I thought would have more because it's like a shifty shade almost. Like one minute it's pink and then the next minute it's like a peachy color. I don't know, it's really pretty. But you'll see, and I'm not spraying it, so again that could be a difference. But it just doesn't give me what I thought it was going to give me either. Yeah. Did I mention how the blushes are pretty? It's about all I can do. I mean, maybe if I combined it, the palette with another one that released, Like, I don't know. I'm just like, what did I do wrong here? I feel like I've done something wrong, you know? Because I have never been let down by Viseart, y'all. Like, when I say that, I'm not lying. With their shadows, I've never been let down. I may not like the color story, but a look could still come out of it that I could see. And I may not, like, I don't know, I may not agree with the shade even that are in a little bit, that again, that's color story. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Like, I may not agree with it, but like the formulas were never disappointing. Like, they always gave me something. And this one, I don't get it. I just feel like I'm doing something wrong. Because, like, this shade's not giving me what it looks like in the pan. Now, the purple does. I will say that because I swatched it. And, you know, I kind of thought this one was a little iffy when I was swatching it even. But when I swatched that purple one, it did look very nice. Like usual. Viseart shadows. Now, what I'm going to do here, though, is lay this down like I did on the other eye. And then, like, I'm packing this on, right? But I'm not sprayed it. So, I don't like to spray. But what I will do is take my finger and try to apply it. So, I picked a little up on my finger, right? And I'm going to lay it on and see if that gives any kind of help, right? That was my thought process. Besides the fact that I don't like doing this, but some people don't mind it. I don't like doing it because I always make a mess. And the thing with this is that, did it give me something? A little. But is it worth if I mess up? No. Like, if I go over to, you know, go up too much, go down and touch down here, is it worth it that way? You know, like the mess up that could happen and usually happens with me, it's not worth it. So this shade is, but again, I could spray it, but I just don't think it's going to be, you know, worth it at the end of the day. I will say I didn't get any fallout from it, which is nice. Now the purple, let me swatch that purple for you real quick. It's a completely different feel. Look at that. Now the purple, like I said, if I put that on the lid with that lighter purple shade, this would have gave me something, and it would have made sense. It would have been very, you know, springy looking. So that's one, but that's one look. That's it. That's all you're going to get, because laying this even with that peach color, like, that's not going to give you much at all. So keep that in mind if you purchase this palette. But I will say the blushes in this palette, though, are really pretty. That's my problem. And these two shades aren't bad for me when it comes to, like, your beginning shade or blending shade. But there's really no depth to this palette. It's just one light tone, I guess, is what it is. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and use my Charlotte Tilbury that I had for a highlighter on my cheeks. I am going to put that on my inner corner. And I use my Benefit Eye Bright pencil for my waterline. Yeah, I'm just kind of confused with this palette because I've just never had issues with Viseart shadows at all. And maybe I've been lucky up until now. Like, I've never gotten a palette that wasn't that good. And again, I'm saying this based on formulas, not color story. And Viseart shadows, let me say that too, they're not really going to be bam in your face for the most part. It's very like a sophisticated type of look. I mean, it's kind of for makeup artists, so it's kind of made for like, special events, bridal stuff like that, homecoming, the metallic shades and shimmer shades are very like, they lay nice along the lid, and this one's laying lovely across my lid. But usually they give me more than this, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna use my YSL Lash Clash in the brown for top and bottom lashes. And again, I didn't go in hard with mascara because this look is just so light. I'm like, if I went in hard, even with this brown mascara, I feel like you wouldn't even see the look at that point. And if you applied lashes, well, that's it. It's done. You ain't getting nothing out of this. And it just is so surprising to me that it's like this. Unless it's supposed to be. And maybe that's it. Maybe it is supposed to be so light and fresh looking for spring. In which case, if that is the case, they did a great job. Let me say that. And they succeeded because there's hardly any pigment. And it is very light. So I will definitely give them that. If that was their mission, they completely succeeded. And I do think it would create a very pretty look, one at least. But it's definitely not going to be my type of look. And I don't even know if it'd be my type of look. I know it wouldn't be for every day, because like I said, I like that dark and light. Like, I like when palettes have that. Even for every day, but I guess a quick look. But then I'm like, any palette you can get that from, So I'm going very lightly once again on this bottom lash line. I think I got them both the same as far as not putting too much, not over doing it with the mascara. And again, because the eyes are just so bare, in my opinion, I just threw on a lip gloss. What did I put on? I put on the Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm in Strawberry from their Christmas collection, in which it gives you just a little bit of I haven't always did much, but I do love this stuff anyway. But let me get some of it off. But I do love this lip balm. Obviously, I go through that a lot since discovering it. Like, I've tried every flavor now. I bought 3 sets of the Christmas collection. But with the Christmas collection, it came with this, the strawberry, the vanilla, and the chocolate, and this, and the vanilla has like a glittery thing to it. So I actually just wear these during the day if it is like a basic look, or just whatever, just skincare or whatnot, and sunscreen. And then the chocolate I do use at night because there's no glitter in it, but you don't feel the glitter in them. But I'm wondering if they're ever going to come out with them for like the real thing. I got this is crazy. I didn't think I had that much on. More came out than I thought, but because usually they're not sticky, you don't see them, but it just soaks in the lips, and it does give it a little bit of plump. It's more minty and stuff, but love them. I mean, if you've watched any video, you know that I love them because I rave about them, and my debit card knows that I love them because I buy so many of them. So, but this is the final look using that palette. I just don't even know what to think about this look. I mean, it's just so... nothing there. But maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it's not. So last time I did the more. Yeah, that one definitely has depth. Actually, if you did combine these, you know, it might work even, because you do have depth, and that color could go with this palette. So maybe that's what you do. Or if you do want that lighter look, like I said, the blushiness is beautiful. Yes, I had to build it up, but I like the way that they lay on the skin. Like, I do like Viseart blushes, and I am not upset that I bought this because of that, but I'm a little bit upset about the shadows. I'm not gonna lie, unless they did state this was because it was supposed to be very light, very airy, in which case that's on me. I did not read it. And that, you know, or if it was made for lighter skin tones or something, again, that's on me. I didn't read it. So it really just depends on what look you are going for, if you want it or not. Or if you want it for the blushes, these shadows would go really good with the Amore palette. I will say that also. Alright, so that's all I have for you today. Tomorrow we will be doing, what's the last one called? Bisus. B-I-S-O-U-S. We'll be doing this one tomorrow. And I have a feeling this one's going to be real good. This one's going to be real good. This one in the Amore is, I don't know, first or second. I'm not for sure yet. I know this one's third for sure, just because this isn't my type of look. Again, it's just not. But I do like the blushes in it. I do like that these pop out too. So I could technically pop every single one of these out, put them in a palette, and have them all there. So, anywho, again, let me show you the final look using that palette. I have no idea if you'll see anything on these lids, but I hope it helps in some way in case you're thinking about purchasing these. So, alright, I will let you go. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.